Hey, what's up, Street Talks? Eric Kim from the Eric Kim Street Photography Blog. Currently in our four-star, but actually kind of two-star hotel. If you want a little tour of the place, this is our place, nice and cozy. It's only about $15 US a night, but it's really nice. It's nice and cozy. It's the Hanoi City Palace Hotel. Free breakfast. We made best friends with the people who work down there, and so I'm sitting here with Cindy. We're just finished another long day here in Hanoi. We're gonna watch Porco Rosso, a Miyazaki film, in a bit. But Cindy wanted to ask me some questions.
Okay, so it's been nearly a week, actually less than a week, 4 days, living the expat life in
Uh-huh.
Hanoi. What are your thoughts so far?
So living the expat life in Hanoi. So the strange thing is, even though we're here in Hanoi, which is a foreign country, actually doesn't feel so foreign. I think part of it is that, typically, of course, I'm Asian, so I feel like I kind of blend in a little bit more so than if I was a different ethnicity. And it almost feels like I'm in Garden Grove, which is the where Cindy's family is from, which is mostly Vietnamese. And I feel like very comfortable around Vietnamese people. And now that I know a little bit of Vietnamese, I certainly, I think, fit in a lot better. Today we went to the Hanoi Social Club, which is like an expat hangout. And it was such a strange experience for me because obviously I'm an expat and I'm a tourist. Or I guess I'm not really a tourist because I'm going to be living here. So I guess I'm an expat. But I kind of don't like going to expat places because, of course, this everything I'm going to say is totally self-referential too. So I think tourists are just or expats are just kind of like really loud and annoying and maybe not so respectful. Like there's a table sitting next to us, a bunch of travelers or tourists, and they're just kind of mimicking the bad English accent of one of the waiters. And also, everyone's just kind of on their smartphones and laptops. But then again, I'm totally doing the same thing too. But perhaps it's because I'm searching for some sort of quote unquote authenticity here in Hanoi, which means going to places where locals go. And I think it just kind of makes me feel more comfortable. Or perhaps it's me having to face my privilege as being a foreigner and an expat that, looking at all these people with judging eyes, I kind of realize that's me. So actually, I have no right to judge them. And one thing we also realized too about eating out is you could go to like eat street food for like $1, $2 tops, or you could go to these like super high-end expat restaurants, which like we went to a French restaurant and it was like what, like 60, $70 for both of us, and we didn't even eat that much.
Oh, wait.
Um,
It wasn't $60. It was like $20.
oh no, 2 nights ago.
Oh, yes.
We went to some fancy French restaurant.
Right.
And so yeah, like the scale is pretty intense, and I think one thing we realize is the best way to eat, I think, in Hanoi or anywhere where you're traveling is to barbell it, which is taking both extremes. So only eating street food or really fancy high-end restaurants. Today we went to a puncha restaurant, which was pretty good, but it was kind of the mid-range restaurant. So I don't think it'd actually be as tasty as street food, but the nice thing about going to these kind of mid-tier restaurants, which is about like $2, $3 a dish, is that it's just more comfortable. There's usually air conditioning. It's a little more quiet and clean, I suppose. But I think moving forward, we're going to, stick to either street food or really high-end places. But yeah, so far living here in Hanoi has been absolutely wonderful. Of course, I have the love of my life, Cindy, helping support me. We've been drinking lots of coffee. They call it Sai Cafe, which is you drink so much coffee you become like drunk off the caffeine. And we've just been really productive. The Wi-Fi here is super fast at most local places. We've been able to support each other. Cindy's been doing a little bit of her research and also writing, and I've been doing a lot writing and blogging and meditating too as well. And yeah, I think Hanoi feels like my second home, and I just feel really at peace here. Any last question, Cindy?
Last questions? You should ask your followers if they have any questions or want you to have any recommendations of places.
Oh, okay. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching these vlogs. I know that I've been pumping out them like at a pretty prodigious rate, and a lot of it is just kind of, I just want to keep you guys updated. Treat it almost like a live stream maybe, but if you guys have any recommendations, places to check out in Hanoi, food you want me to try out, things to talk about and experience, let me know in the comments. Oh, one last thing I want to talk about. So I know these vlogs have been kind of weird, like, we're eating and doing all this random stuff, but some people are curious about how shooting street photography is like in Hanoi. So to be honest, so the entire trip, essentially I'm just kind of shooting with the Ricoh GR camera, and I decided against bringing my film Leica because I wanted to be a little bit more to pack lighter for this trip, and I didn't want to have to deal with the hassle of buying film and processing and storing it, especially when we're on the road. But yeah, the weird thing is for the most part, I'm not like super inspired to shoot street photography while I'm here. Even though it is technically, I think, a great place to shoot street photography, I think it's because maybe this is like a weird bias I have, but I think that Asian people just don't look as interesting. And also part of it is perhaps because even my photography nowadays is more, I'm more focused on like personal photography. So if anything, I feel more inspired making photos of Cindy. And you know, there's lots of good action on the streets, and or maybe perhaps it's because I'm too distracted going from coffee shop to coffee shop. But if you guys ever come here for street photography, people are extremely kind. No one's giving me any slack for shooting street photography. Once again, great food, great coffee shops, and I think Hanoi is probably, and Vietnam is probably one of the most underrated places to travel to. So until next time, guys, leave a comment below. Give some suggestions, feedback. I'd love to hear from you guys. Until next time, we're gonna watch Porco Rosso. See you guys later.